The PC version of GTA 5 is definitely the best version. We had to wait really long, but the game finally came out in a fantastic state. Rockstar obviously put a lot of time into the PC port/version. I'm usually against pre-ordering games, but I made one exception this year for GTA, and am happy with my decision. I didn't do it for the pre-order bonus, because that was frankly just a disappointing money cheat. I did it just so I could preload all GBs in time for launch, because the game is ridiculously big. I'm running it at 60 to 90 frames per second on 1920 by 1080 with most things on high, except for the advanced options, which is something you should only use if you're running SLI or one really good card. I have a NVIDIA GTX 680, which is a few years old now, so I'm very impressed with how good I can get the game to run. You can also use GeForce Experience with GTA, because NVIDIA released an update for that day before launch. You can play GTA in first or third-person mode, and simply change between them on your controller. All cars have different interiors and looks when you are driving in first person. Some textures are a little blurry in first person, but that is something to expect in a game of this size. Fighting, swimming, walking can also be done in first person, so you can just pick what you like the best. If you have an SSD drive that is big enough for this game, you should probably use that for GTA, because the loading screens without it is sometimes very long. It's one of the only complaints I have with GTA actually. Thankfully that's just when you are loading into story mode or online, because once you are in the big world there is no invisible walls or loading screens. Single player is fun and the three main characters are all very well written. You can swap between them in the open world, but also in certain quests. Michael, Trevor and Franklin are very different from each other, which makes the game more interesting than GTA IV's only character, Nico. GTA Online is probably what some people will spend a ton of time in. I really just bought it for the single-player experience, but after playing a few hours with my friends I have to say that GTA Online is actually really fun. I think the missions will get kind of repetitive in the long run, but to play free roam with friends will never get old. You also unlock Heist in level 12, so that might refresh things even more. I play this game with an Xbox controller, and it seems like all friends I've talked to is doing the same thing. I strongly recommend it, at least for the driving. You can enable auto-aim on your controller if you think shooting with it is too hard, or you can swap between your keyboard plus mouse in combat, and use controller for driving. When you crash your car and get hit the control vibrates, which I think makes you feel more immersed in the game. I tried the PC controls, and I didn't like them at all. For example, you have to hit Z to see how many players are on your server in online mode. You can however rebind all keys on keyboard, mouse, and controller, so that's really good, but the default ones on keyboard are not great, I'm afraid. GTA is a fantastic open world game that will no doubt be played for many years to come. I have already played it a lot and I feel like I have much more leveling to do in GTA Online, much more to do and explore in single player, and many hours of fun with my close friends to come. Single player was all I really needed, so I will just see GTA Online as a plus. Well done Rockstar. This is the best PC version you have ever made, and I can see that you put a lot of effort, time and love into creating it. Strongly recommend this title to all my friends. Whether you're the single or multiplayer guy, you will have a ton of fun. This will probably be one of the best games released this year.